Since it aired in 1997, South Park has gained quite a bad reputation, but does it deserve all the flack? At face value, it does seem to be a show dedicated to profanity and violence, but is that all it promotes? I believe that the creators, Matt Parker and Trey Stone, want to create a positive change in the world by offering alternative ways of thinking instead of catering to already established ideologies. In this way, South Park wishes to create a new world order. South Park very frequently discusses religion. Very frequently, they criticize religious organizations for being out of touch with reality. This statistic on religiously affiliated people may shed some light as to why Parker and Stone believe this. This does not mean that they directly promote abandoning religion. It means that they wish religious organizations would touch base with their followers. While South Park is often very sacrilegious about how they depict religious figures, even going as far as depicting the Prophet Muhammad in one of their episodes, they always try to place the emphasis of their message on promoting good in the world. They do this by promoting religious tolerance, basic tenets of faith, or drawing attention to problems that religious organizations cause. But South Park does not only criticize religion. There are many issues in everyday life that South Park finds issue in. One of the most famous lines from the cartoon, "Respect My Authority," displays how Cartman, one of the main characters, misuses the power he is given to him when he is made a junior deputy by a police officer. Parker and Stone are trying to show how people who abuse their power seem idiotic. As a continuation of abuse of power, South Park criticized elitists. In one episode, Gerald Broflovsky, a resident of South Park, buys a hybrid and begins ticketing what he deems as gas-guzzling SUVs. Gerald is eventually confronted and admits that he simply likes the feeling of superiority he felt when driving his hybrid and ticketing others. And it wasn't so much about how much he cared about carbon emissions or saving the earth. Another issue South Park explores is the interaction between parents and their children in our modern society. In an episode about sexual education, the parents ask the school to teach their children sexual education. The school assigns two very incapable people to teach the course, and the students end up with a lot of misinformation, leading them to draw their own conclusions. Eventually, all of the boys of South Park start wearing condoms at all times, even peeing in them, while girls assume that any contact from boys will lead them to contract a sexually transmitted disease. Had the parents not pushed the responsibility on the school, the issues would have most likely been easily avoided. The actress Sally Struthers is used to convey the anti-hypocrisy ideology that South Park promotes. In an episode featuring Struthers, international aid meant to be distributed to the needy in Africa is gathered, but instead of being distributed, it is eaten by Struthers. By displaying this hypocrisy in the episode, the creators of South Park wish people would see how damaging hypocrisy can be and hope people will make sure their personal ideologies do not contradict each other. While South Park wishes to be a force for good in the world, the very nature of the show can be damaging. Because the characters are so young, many children view the program. The violent, vulgar nature of the show has earned it a mature rating, meaning that it should not be viewed by children. Nonetheless, children still view South Park and emulate what they see. In a poll conducted in the United Kingdom, Cartman ranked number one most popular character by 9-year-olds. Many parenting groups have criticized South Park and blamed the children's bad behavior on the program. The creators insist that it is not the intention of the program to be viewed by children. Religious Tolerance.org shares South Park's desire for people to be educated about various different religions. While this organization is purely an educational one, what it is doing is still very important. The website has a list of different religions in the world and a description of each one. By learning about how each religion works, ReligiousTolerance.org hopes to debunk myths and promote conversation. In conclusion, it is important to remember that South Park is just a television program. The power it wields in our society is based solely on the power we give it, whether it is for good or for evil.